discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025. How Africans were selling cheap and UNC buying, dead or alive. One old man shout out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by itself, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilaga, who the old people wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let me start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale, and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale. We're buying Africans. Sing the thing. Africans for sale. We're buying Africans. She don't have all she legends, and she be on the rise. No, what she need is some slave names, man, some big strong Africans. Africans. Somebody pinch me. Hey. UNC sitting and they're waiting patiently. With about 16 safe seats, they don't win that already. Two women said, I have my people, and they are born UNCs. Now all I need is some Africans who got their names out of slavery. She said that they're really selling cheap, and she could buy them very cheap, 500 and a jersey. A lot of people will cry when she's finished with CPEP, because she is the
with everyone and anyone. I have no fear of them. None whatsoever. Will stand and fight with everyone and anyone. I have no fear of them. None whatsoever. Is my God. The only thing I fear is my God and yours. But as long as we put God in front and walk behind, we have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear.
A cashless society means a place where the bank owns your money. The bank owns your money, and let's talk about that. A cashless society is one where the government can block you from taking out your own money, understand it, as a form of punishment or retaliation. There is no freedom there. A cashless society, as I say, the bank owns your money, you don't. The bank determines which day you can come and pull money out of your account. The bank will close down for a week, and where you getting money? Where would you get money? The bank can seize your account with instructions from the government, and you will have no access to any money. You know, this happened to the truckers in Canada. In Canada, there was a strike in Canada, and the government seized all the accounts of the truckers who were strike. So this is a very dangerous something.
Underestimate us. We are not what people...
With everyone and anyone, I have no fear of them. None. With everyone and anyone, I have no fear of them. None whatsoever. The only thing I fear is my God. The only thing I fear is my God and yours. But as long as we put God in front and walk behind, we have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear.
A cashless society means a place where the bank owns your money. The bank owns your money, and let's talk about that. A cashless society is one where the government can block you from taking out your own money, understand it? As a form of punishment or retaliation. There is no freedom there. A cashless society, as I say, the bank owns your money, you don't. The bank determines which day you could come and pull money out your account. The bank will close down for a week, and where you getting money? Where would you get money? The bank can seize your account with instructions from the government, and you will have no access to any money. You know, this happened to the truckers in Canada. In Canada, there was a strike in Canada, and the government seized all the accounts of the truckers who were on strike. So this is a very dangerous something.
Underestimate us. We are not what people think that we are, you know. We intend to take this to the limit. And looking at it from this angle, something needs to be done with those who do that in terms of the law. You cannot put things out there, get the public opinion on only what they saw for 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and then draw a conclusion to it. The time has come for that to change. And the persons who continue to do that, there must be law to treat with that. So that might be the next angle that we're looking at.
Like a political preacher, he mobilizes the fears and prejudices of the masses. His enemy is democracy. Permanent government crises play into the hands of radical parties such as the National Socialists. They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 39 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Today, we are going to continue this series of discussion, in which today is going to be the last of this discussion. But Trinidad and Tobago, what is taking place in our country is very serious. Today, I am calling on you. Today is the 12th of the 3rd month, 2026. So to those that are joining us here live this afternoon, tonight, a matter of fact, thank you, and forward it to your friends. Don't wait until the program ends for we to see the live startable. Forward it to your friend, your family. Today, I am going to expose the trick. Today, on this day, I am going to expose what they are doing to you, Trinidad and Tobago, and what they are doing inside the parliaments of this country. This parliament that we see in there that is transparent, that they say it's transparent, it is not. We have a biased speaker that goes by the name of Jagdeo Singh. That is without question the speaker of this house. The speaker is our old jailbird. and his bias in terms of his dissemination of the standing order. And if at the end of the day, Trinidad and Tobago, because Jagdeo Singh was not elected by the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that old jailbird wasn't elected by us. And here it is, Trinidad and Tobago. We have a man that do not understand his role and function as the Speaker of the House. He only studying his long-standing friendship with Kamla Prasad Bisesa and the UNC. But today, before we go into that discussion, some weeks ago, some of you would have reached out to me. And some of you reach out to me based on the premises that, Jeffrey, you're making this thing racist. You're making this thing about black versus Indian versus Negro, and I'm saying no. No. Because the way in which we staying away from the racist factor, race is at play. Yeah, race is at play. So when we are running away from race, there are people that watch it and say, we can't escape it. Let we get our message to the black community. Let we get a black man, dress him up, powder him up, and send him down into the black community. So lo and behold, Trinidad and Tobago, black activists have risen up, going to their various community, preaching the gospel of when UNC win, everybody win. To their nene, to their aunt, to their brothers, and say, no boy, vote for UNC. Irregardless to the fact that they have been caught in serious corruption. We carry a message, and the message would have hit fertile ground. And today, the UNC is in power. So the message, we have to go there because we have to take off some chains from our here tonight and expose the true enemy and expose the ones that was sent to destabilize the ground, the black man, and to destabilize your psyche. Every minute you listen to them, that is what they are doing. So when you hear a man like Heavy Duty, when you hear like Stephen Rees, when you hear people like the Ground Report, when you hear Kingsley, when you hear I call Heavy Duty. He's so big that I was mentioning him twice. And the confession of Heavy Duty this afternoon. Yes, we're going to play that too. We are going to play that too. So everybody, stay glued to your TV, to your television, which part you are, and pay attention to this clip that is about to be played. And the psychology real in it. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is a liar. She would have lied to the people several times. And there is nothing that we could do. Or at least that is what I tell you. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, with all due respect, must demit office. And the sooner many of us come to that conclusion, we will realize that it's for the benefit of all of us here that living in Trinidad. The businessman feeling it, the Afro-Trinidadian feeling it, and also the Indian and the Chinese feeling it too. So what is the solution? Because there are some of you, we had to read and write for you. We had to spell for you. We had to bring the truth here for you. Instead of tuning in and letting these people and them gang rape your psyche, tune into the workers' rights, because the message will be disseminated here first. But let me know, stick with the click. Let me get right into the message. We all would have heard, some of you that do your research, about Joseph Goebbels. Some of you would have heard about the experiments that it had to treat with people and the changing of their minds and their psyche. Pay attention on us so you will know it when you see it. So people like Heavy and them can't go up in your brain. Pay attention.
Walk into an elevator and naturally you turn and face the door, right? It's just what we do without even thinking. All right. In the blue t-shirt, that is Nadia. She is an innocent passerby. Has nothing to do with this. Everybody else in that elevator, they all work. What would you call for that? They are all in on the experiment. They are all purposefully facing the wrong way. Nadia is facing the front. You can just see the back of her head, wearing the blue t-shirt. That's Nadia. She is facing the front of the elevator like a normal human being. Everybody else is facing the back. Floor 2. Rebecca gets off, Emily gets on, she also works for us. We're swapping people in and out to reinforce the behavior. Emily's acting like it's the most normal. Oh, Nadia's turned. Nadia, okay, her bag is slipping off her shoulder. She's nervously playing with it. Nadia's now halfway round. Will she go any further? Emily gets off, Mike gets on. Again, Mike works for the show. Presses his button, faces the back like it's the most normal thing in the world, like he does it every day. Nadia is really feeling the pressure right now.
I'm not going to see anyone else.
Scott's making some small talk.
He was just looking again, I think.
She's looking towards the back of the elevator because everybody else is. Floor 4.
I love the guy.
4th floor, Mike gets off. Lauren gets on. Lauren also works for us. She's in. Oh, and Nadia has gone. The 4th floor, Nadia has turned all the way around. She's looking at the back of the elevator. That is not normal human behavior. Nadia is looking at the back of the elevator purely because everybody else is.
Placed 4 monkeys in a room with a stepladder upon which there was a bunch of bananas. Whenever a monkey went to climb the ladder, the other monkeys in the room were sprayed with cold water. After a while, each time a monkey went for the bananas, the others would attack it to prevent it from doing so. The monkeys learnt to never climb the ladder. But then, one of the monkeys was removed, and a new monkey wearing a raincoat was introduced. Naturally, this monkey went for the bananas, and it was customarily attacked and prevented from doing so by the others. This new monkey learnt not to climb the ladder. When another monkey was substituted in and made for the bananas, all the others attacked it, including the one in the raincoat, despite the fact that it had never been sprayed before. A third monkey was substituted in, and then a 4th final monkey. And still, whenever a monkey tried to climb the ladder, the others would prevent it from doing so, even though none of them had ever been sprayed with the cold water. When asked why this was, one monkey said, "That's just the way it is."
Down to the last detail. The candidate for Chancellor should appear to be soaring high above the country. The propaganda holds him up as a savior.
I often had the feeling that Germany had never recovered from this war, from this defeat. Here is a sick people, and this sick people has now found a miracle doctor. A man who says, "I will turn you into a successful people."
Like a political preacher, he mobilizes the fears and prejudices of the masses. His enemy is democracy.
Wir sind intolerant. Ich habe mir ein Ziel gesteckt, nämlich die 30 Parteien aus Deutschland hinauszufegen.
Perpetual campaigning in the Weimar Republic. Permanent government crises play into the hands of radical parties such as the National Socialists. They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances. Their uniforms seem omnipresent. This is the stage director of the propaganda campaign. Hitler's deputy in Berlin, Joseph Goebbels, relies on the mass effect of modern media. Attracting attention at any price is his motto. His propaganda paper isn't titled Attack for nothing.
Headlines, sensations. The attack at that time was utterly appalling. The lies that they allowed themselves. But some of the people believed them. And this enabled Goebbels to bring a large part of the petty bourgeoisie over to his side. Goebbels understood that he could use terror to conquer the streets.
Also in the arsenal of Nazi agitation is the targeted use of parades, brawls, and street battles. Hitler's party puts itself forward as a protection force against a supposed communist coup. This is the fear, more than of Hitler, of large sections of the middle classes.
That in times of national crisis, in times when a people are brutalized and terrorized by the government, that is when a leader whose track record is one of people-centered policies and genuine commitment to national service is needed.
They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances. They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances.
Now the proof is right where you could see it. And when I see the way in which Kamla Persad-Bissessar behaves, when I see people like Heavy Duty, when I see people like Stefan Rees, Alexander, Douglas Pollitt, Anne Roberts, David Naked, when I see people like Wall Street, Kingsley, I see a direct manual that come out of Mein Kampf. So they use these networks, these various networks, and run the government based on propaganda. And after the general election, I had several talks with several different people. And I would have came to the conclusion and shared with plenty of my friends. And here what they're telling me, give them a chance. Let them speak. Let them talk. give the government a chance to explain themselves or to do something. And yet still we would have seen mass firings. We'd have seen people sent home. I keep on, I went back knocking on the same door. I say, watch what Kamla Prasad Bisesa is doing. How much more chances are you willing to give these people and them? But yet still, they keep on saying the PNM, the PNM, the PNM. But that is not what I was saying in the election. Kamla Prasad Bisesa would have hoodwinked the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what Kamla would have done. And yet still, we are on the pinnacle of one of the largest corruption in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to explain that to you. Now it's going on right now, before our very eyes. And none of you didn't pick up on the thing yet. Fali didn't pick up on the thing yet. And various members of the media didn't pick up on the thing yet. So what we are going to do here tonight is expose just that. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to this confession here that would have taken place today on live TV, where we would have heard, coming from the mouths of heavy duty, a confession of the agents that they are setting out to distort reality and to gang rape your psyche. Without further ado, I want you to pay attention, because the information coming rapid and it coming quick. It will hit you like a wave. I know some of you have to go back and report to your bosses. But listen to this confession from the gentleman. I hope somewhere along the line it reached back. How can this? I hope you're seeing this. Because the intention of the UNC government is to combat reality and was to use these people and them, was to use these bloggers, was to use Jason and all of them to pilot a message that is not beneficial for society. And listen to this sellout. Listen to it.
Whilst I have this mic onto me, not when David Welch have this mic in front of him, not when X and Stephon Rees and the Grung Report and all those who come in here, Kingsley and Sweetheart come in here every day to make sure that that never happens. Never. Because we fighting against a 1% media who only painting Kamla to be a bad person. Every headline, everything she do wrong. Every headline on the newspaper.
Oh, you're hearing that? Trinidad and Tobago? So the vex with people that exposing Kamala, and in that vex station, Trinidad and Tobago, heavy duty would have made one of the greatest mistakes. He would have exposed the bunch of them that is engaging in distorting reality in Trinidad and Tobago. Some of you is friends with these people and them who are called, but all you have to pay attention to the messagery that you are getting from them. You feel this man care about all you? You feel Talk City, the speakers, the litany of speakers, is seeking the interest of the public. When people crying out, bar closing down, parlors closing down, no sale. Half a week in spend a good Christmas. And here this man gloating in what Kamla Prasad Bisesa is advantaging the poor man, is advantaging the average man. There are a lot of children in go to school and they're not releasing them statistics. The Ministry of Education is not releasing the statistics of the people that is not coming to school. And all evening, this big sellout on the radio, on his radio platform, Talk City. So what you telling me? That is okay for them to raise the fine, double it. But you're playing this. You see, when I come here, it's about seriousness. I ain't come here to play. And people of Trinidad and Tobago, you have to understand what is taking place with your government. It's gone through. And when we tell the average man, support the opposition, you are fighting against a whole society that don't care about you. The radio station become polluted because there wants nobody to ask Kamla Prasad Bisesa anything, and like the monkey that climbing the ladder, they're pulling you down and they're making you to conform the agenda that don't benefit you, Trinidad and Tobago. And when I say that, I say all. Hear this scumbag. Hear this man talk. What the hell I seen here, boy?
Every headline on Parliamentary. Every newscast is only, what could I do? Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Do you feel that is being done? Because the feel to do that is an agenda.
That's an agenda, yeah.
The agenda is to paint a picture of this government to be worse than the previous. So that when 2030 come around, they put the minion PNM in power again so that they could eat and eat at the trough like pigs. They get fat for the last 9 years. So they want back.
Trinidad and Tobago. Are you hearing this man, boy? Or you understand the agenda that this man trying to set in this country? When people loosen their work, Kamla Prasad Bisesa have one of the biggest Senate in history that costing millions of dollars to run. She ain't studying that heavy duty, not talking about that. Kamla Prasad Bisesa would have lied to the people of Trinidad and Tobago heavy duty, not talking about that. Thousands of people lost the job. It would have resulted in a collapse of the grassroots, where plenty children not going to school, resorting to crime. Heavy duty not talking about that. When the license gone up and you have to pay these increased fines on the road, and when a father at the end of the day had to choose between paying a ticket and sending his child to school, what he's really choosing is jail time or a ticket or sending the child to school. And it's easy. He say if outside the child go get something to eat, so you ever going on, he could miss a few days. We have to understand what this administration is doing. And it lead right on the doorstep of Jagdeo Singh. Here it is, Trinidad and Tobago. As we would have laid at the feet of our viewers yesterday, where it is Marvin Gonzalez would have talked of this at length, where in spite of all of this, the opposition MPs is willing to stand up for the people of their district and highlight issue after issue. But here it is, Jagdeo Singh, that old jailer, would have stopped the contribution of the opposition in mid-flight. And that is not democracy at all. We are stepping closer and closer to dictatorship. And we are using, they, a matter of fact, when I say that, I'm talking metaphorically. They are using the average black man to pilot a message, package it up to you, the people on the ground.
Country not bad state, so let Kamala build it back. Get she that 5 years. Yeah, let she fix it. Let she pretend she fixing the country, but she fixing the country. They want to say let she pretend, but no, she will do it. Yeah. She'll bring back this country, and just as the money start rolling in, they're going to come like what they did in 2015.
That's scumbag.
With that email gate. Mm. And a section 34. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And Kamala lock up 9,000 black people and 8,000 black people and 7,000 black people, and she don't like black people and play with the emotions of the brainless PNM sycophants and them. Agreed. The basic of minds play with all the emotions, but this race card are always doing all.
What this clown talking by? What this clown talking? He talking about brainless. He talking about brainless because there were several smart people within the UNC. No Kamala, real agenda. But yet, still Trinidad and Tobago. You know what they do them? On the brink of election, they funnel them out. Because they were never interested in having a smart and intelligent set of people that will be able to challenge the narratives of what is taking place within the UNC. They squeeze out all of them. And they bring in people like Roger, who bring in other people from in the union. And together, they squeeze out logic out of the average man. And they put together a team of people that after election, they continue to pilot the narratives that is not good for this country. And we think, you feel Kamala Prasad Bisesa so care about, you feel Kamala Prasad Bisesa so care about the average man on the ground? Never be. Never be. Never be. Looking for a video, Kevin Duty and them fellas and them know the sellout, they know the sellout bad. They know the sellout. Fellas and them know the sellout. I'm looking for it, to pay it here for it to understand what is taking place. Come a little late here today, but anyway, these fellas and them sell out. And it's a good thing certain people was able, Satmaraj won here years ago about Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and today I hope you take heed.
This is Kamla Prasad Bisesa. I want to tell you that we're going to free up the Hindu vote. Another thing I want to tell you, Kamla, we sent you an invitation for our Indian Arrival Day program Wednesday at Lakshmi College. You are due to talk, but I want to tell you now, I have revoked that invitation.
Why?
You are not welcome on our compound.
Why you're not welcome?
Kamla Prasad Bisesa, you are not welcome on our compound.
Tell them why not. Tell
you
them
take
why.
for granted. You could behave anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want, eat what you want, drink what you want. Play the ass all over the place. And the Hindu will still vote for you. Kamla, those days are over. We are asking the Hindus to free their vote. Vote for whichever party has the best program. Vote for whichever candidate is the best candidate. Not because they are Indian and Hindu or woman. The Hindu vote is going to be freed up. No more voting because you belong to the same race or the same class. Kamla, you are going to pay a hell of a price. A hell of a price. You're going to pay a hell of a price. Right?
Satmaraj would have piloted that message to you, the Hindus. And in piloting that message, Satmaraj would have made it known to Trinidad and Tobago that Kamla Prasad Bisesa does do what she want, feel she could do what she want and say what she want, and the Hindus are going to still vote for her. And he would have pleaded with them, or you see Kamla for who she is. But we here at the end of the day wanted freedom from oppression. And many of us went to the polls on April 28th, shaking and saying, boy, you know, let me try to make a change for once. And lo and behold, we would have reached that spot that Kamla Prasad Bisesa is still disrespecting the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Doing what she wants, saying what she wants, running the government how she wants, having Jagdeo Singh shitting up the parliament, trampling on the rules of democracy, spitting in the face of our constitution by silencing the dissent voices, the voices of the opposition. All because of the agenda. Kamla Prasad Bisesa wants people of this country to be like this ragtag mob that she does have outside the parliament, only going on UNC buses for doubles and rum, and having them showing numbers to pervert the cause of justice in the parliament, to show the general public that many people believe in her. Hey, what's she doing that for? She want trade. She wish Candace and Jason and all of them could be like this. But I am urging you, the general public, don't be like that. Don't let them play you for a fool.
Do you know what is being debated in Parliament?
No, I have no idea.
Which constituency are you from?
Barco.
What did you come out here for today?
To support the minister from URP office, region 2.
Do you know what is being debated today in Parliament?
Not really, but we be representing here with Miss Kamala, but Mr. Awai for Region 2, our manager.
Our QRP on the Mr. Awai program, my cleaner, and it's nice people. Mr. Awai have a settle.
So you came out to support the Prime Minister?
Yes. Only yellow, boy, only yellow.
Okay. Do you know what is being debated in Parliament today?
Well, everything good. Everything good. Everything good.
So do you know what's being debated in Parliament?
Well, we want to be in the country right now.
What to support the Prime Minister?
Where are you from?
From Pinal.
What? Do you know what is being debated in Parliament today?
Well, sort of, yeah.
What is being debated?
Ask them now. I support Kamala.
Do you know what's being debated in Parliament?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Trinidad and Tobago, that is how they want all of you to be. There is a modern day one like that, that exists right about now. That is this girl, Matara French. This is the modern day clown. The modern day UNC clown. This is 1 year. This is one. Just like if it was back then, she would be just like them. And next clown, come out if you had the testicular fortitude. All of you all that was saying yellow is the code, go out on social media, pick up on your phone and say it now and see if certain sets of society go come fall here. Go ahead, Matara French, if you're so big and bad and bold, come out and say that. Twiggy, you too. Remember they know you're wrong, Remember they know you're wrong at all. You know that. You're the clown before election.
You're saying we get paid. So why all them so-called contractors from all different areas in the bank right now getting paid for contracts where they get since last week to help the area? So that is not a form of payment too? That is not a form of payment. I don't understand. Who does do more payment than all here? Right? Come on, people, don't be fooled. Pick the right fucking color. And I don't talk.
The color was yellow. All the people that talking about payments, nobody had no work. Everybody lost the work. Pick the right color. If plenty are headed, no.
Alright, you're saying we get paid. So why all them so-called contractors from all different areas in the bank right now getting paid for contracts where they get since last week to help the area? So that is not a form of payment too? That is not a form of payment. I don't understand. Who does do more payment than all here? Right? Come on, people, don't be fooled. Pick the right fucking color. And I don't talk.
But Tara French working Wassa. And first she's a clown. She on a contract. Rig leader in Wassa. And first he's a clown. He on contract. Stuck in Wassa. And first he too is a clown. He also on contract. But yet still we want to give him out liberty. Trinidad and Tobago. Today we in a very serious place. We make a mistake Mistakes are there to be made. But on the next side is learning and understanding. When we accept, when we understand, and now it's time to move forward. So I am calling on all of you, Trinidad and Tobago. That there is my number, my personal number. Right now, I tell the rest of the directors and them I go hold on to this phone because they just have to call me, hey, look this one, call and they send the number. These days I'm holding on to this phone. So the numbers that you are seeing there, you could reach out to me at any time on that number. And if it so happen that I ain't wrong and somebody else answer, do not be dismayed. This crown, Matara French, NCWE on a board. Yeah, they give you something. He still get it a little better. But he is no longer the example of neutrality in Trinidad and Tobago. He's no longer neutral. He was bought. And the UNC by him. So Trinidad and Tobago. We reach a point here in this country. A matter of fact, let me finish this video here. I want to hear the rest of the nonsense that Heavy Duty saying. Yes, I'm gonna take this video here so you go see.
All this race card. Oh, she's not. She closed down CPEP, European forestries. It's only black people she fighting against.
And them benefiting. Go ahead.
And when that happens, and these people who don't understand, they have been hoodwinked, they have been bamboozled, they have been selling a false narrative. They will go to the polls and vote with vengeance. With those propaganda they were hearing all over the news media.
What utter stupidity that I hear in the on public media and mainstream media. There are certain people that believe that because they're on radio and they get a platform to speak, for 30 pieces of silver, 30 pieces of silver, they must open their mouth and say anything. Trinidad and Tobago, Heavy Duty is a sellout. Heavy Duty is a sellout. And you know what he's hired to do? To sell you out. To take the fight out of your belly. For you to tune off of shows like Workers' Rights. That is what he's doing. He right about now trying to take the fight out of you. And many others he would have called all the names in the beginning. Listen to them.
I have this mic onto me. Not when David Welch have this mic in front of him. Not when X and Stephon Rees and the Grung Report and all those who come in here, Kingsley, and see that come in here every day to make sure that never happens. Never.
That's scumbag. That political lowlife. That clown. And all of them that he called are hired guns by the government. And Trinidad and Tobago, we must support the opposition. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is a runaway horse. And if she ain't hearing us, we must band together and let she know, hey, Miss Lady, hey, we are going to pull your resignation. And all your ministers and them, all of them, that feel that them alone must eat and you alone must starve. We must pull their resignation before heavy duty come outside here and speak about the many ills that is taking place, the advantage, what is taking place in government. No, he don't care about that. He just care about the little salary. That's what he care about. A salary on your expense. On your expense. That hungry mouth African that they call heavy duty. That scumbag. Supporting all kind of thing in this country. All kind of thing. Let me show you one time. Show you one time.
It's for the people who worked hard to get qualified, but still sit at home depressed because he or she cannot get a job.
For a party that has had in its manifesto for quite some time that one of the things you'll want to work on is creating a wider job market and getting jobs for younger people, you all are not doing a very good job.
Because someone else got that job because they have a daddy and they have the connections. Election day is for the mother walking the aisles of the grocery store with her children and with a pen and a pencil or a calculator in her hand because the food prices keep rising and she has to keep a tab on what she can buy. When a child picks up a snack, that mother must not have to tell that child put it back because she cannot afford it. Everybody deserves an equal chance.
Former CPAC workers say they remain in limbo following the termination of over 300 contracts due to alleged irregularities. And while they support an audit, they wanted to know when they will be rehired.
Everybody deserves an equal chance.
Landlord coming by the door. Landlord knocking on your door. You can't afford to pay rent. They put in all your stuff at the side of the road. That is embarrassment. As you now said, the pending investigation, we will get rehired. We cannot say, landlord, we're going to get rehired. You could wait a month or 2 or 3. How long is that?
Election day is for the mother walking the aisles of the grocery store with her children and with a pen and a pencil or a calculator in her hand.
Former CPAC workers say they remain in limbo following the termination of over 300 contracts.
You walk into an elevator and naturally you turn and face the door, right? It's just what we do without even thinking. All right, in the blue t-shirt, that is Nadia. She is an innocent passerby. Has nothing to do with this. Everybody else in that elevator, they all work, what would you call for that? They are all in on the experiment. They are all purposefully facing the wrong way. Nadia is facing the front. You can just see the back of her head, wearing the blue t-shirt. That's Nadia. She is facing the front of the elevator like a normal human being. Everybody else is facing the back. Floor 2. Rebecca gets off. Emily gets on. She also works for us. We're swapping people in and out to reinforce the behavior. Emily's acting like it's the most normal. Oh, Nadia's turned. Nadia, okay, her bag is slipping off her shoulder. She's nervously playing with it.
Yeah.
Nadia is now halfway round. Will she go any further? Emily gets off, Mike gets on. Again, Mike works for the show. Presses his button, faces the back like it's the most normal thing in the world, like he does it every day. Nadia is really feeling the pressure right now.
I'm not going to see anyone else.
Scott's making some small talk.
He was just looking again, I think.
She's looking towards the back of the elevator because everybody else is. Floor 4. Fourth floor, Mike gets off. Lauren gets on. Lauren also works for us. She's in. Oh, and Nadia has gone. The 4th floor, Nadia has turned all the way around. She's looking at the back of the elevator. That is not normal human behavior. Nadia is looking at the back of the elevator purely because everybody else is.
This placed 4 monkeys in a room with a stepladder upon which there was a bunch of bananas. Whenever a monkey went to climb the ladder, the other monkeys in the room were sprayed with cold water. After a while, each time a monkey went for the bananas, the others would attack it to prevent it from doing so. The monkeys learnt to never climb the ladder. But then, one of the monkeys was removed, and a new monkey wearing a raincoat was introduced. Naturally, this monkey went for the bananas, and it was customarily attacked and prevented from doing so by the others. This new monkey learnt not to climb the ladder. So when another monkey was substituted in and made for the bananas, all the others attacked it, including the one in the raincoat, despite the fact that it had never been sprayed before. A third monkey was substituted in, and then a 4th final monkey. And still, whenever a monkey tried to climb the ladder, the others would prevent it from doing so, even though none of them had ever been sprayed with the cold water. When asked why this was, one monkey said, "That's just the way it is."
Down to the last detail. The candidate for Chancellor should appear to be soaring high above the country. The propaganda holds him up as a savior.
I often had the feeling that Germany had never recovered from this war, from this defeat. Here is a sick people, and this sick people has now found a miracle doctor. A man who says, "I will turn you into a successful people."
Like a political preacher, he mobilizes the fears and prejudices of the masses. His enemy is democracy.
Wir sind intolerant. Ich habe mir ein Ziel gesteckt, nämlich die 30 Parteien aus Deutschland hinauszufegen.
Perpetual campaigning in the Weimar Republic. Permanent government crises play into the hands of radical parties such as the National Socialists. They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances. Their uniforms seem omnipresent. This is the stage director of the propaganda campaign. Hitler's deputy in Berlin, Joseph Goebbels, relies on the mass effect of modern media. Attracting attention at any price is his motto. His propaganda paper is entitled Attack for Nothing.
Headlines, sensations. The attack at that time was utterly appalling. The lies that they allowed themselves. But some of the people believed them. And this enabled Goebbels to bring a large part of the petty bourgeoisie over to his side. Goebbels understood that he could use terror to conquer the streets.
Also in the arsenal of Nazi agitation is the targeted use of parades, brawls, and street battles. Hitler's party puts itself forward as a protection force against a supposed communist coup. This is the fear, more than of Hitler, of large sections of the middle classes.
That in times of national crisis, in times when a people are brutalized and terrorized by the government, that is when a leader whose track record is one of people-centered policies and genuine commitment to national service is needed.
They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances. They overrun the country with shrill slogans and menacing performances.
Right, Trinidad and Tobago, we feel operating like this. Let me be real, we feel operating like this. I mean, it's plain for you to see what is taking place in this country. And I hope at the end of the day that the litany of information that is being presented to you on this platform, that you take it every single day with a pinch of salt. If I'm not here, Candace here, the other members of the team are here, Victor Roberts, he also here. There will be other people. I don't want to bust the bubble. But from the ending of this month, there will be other speakers that will be speaking various time on this platform, talking about the various ills that is taking place within our country. They are trying to use state apparatus to engineer the social hemisphere within our country, to believe something that is not true, to believe falsehood, and to get your children and your family to believe in an action that is not even so good for your children. So, Trinidad and Tobago, I know I would have stayed a little bit off course, but the topic that was presented was concerning the biasness of the Speaker of the House, Jagdeo Singh, in what he would have done, a matter of fact, talking about shutting down the opposition from speaking and from piloting a bill. Now, he would have used what we call the fallacy of composition and projection, a matter of fact. And what did us call this next one? Fortune telling. That would have been able to shut down a bill that would have stopped the whole process from taking place, that would have stopped Trinidad and Tobago from understanding the depths of the action, of the results of the action of the government. Where here it is, Marvin Gonzalez would have been talking about the number of unemployment in his area. They didn't want to hear that. They didn't want the country to know that. They didn't want to know it's all over Trinidad and Tobago that taking place. They didn't want to know that in certain areas that there are people that cannot fit the average bill. They're talking about how a $500, $1,000. Imagine getting a $500 and $1,000 and that not even making it. And in this instance here, they ain't getting nothing. So imagine what's going on with them going deeper under. That is what is stopping Parliament. So to say in the least, what would have taken place, and we would have taken the time to sort out that and show you the public. And today I was glad when I pick up the newspaper, when I see that an article would have been wrote about Jagdeo Singh and his biasness in the Parliament, so concerning the Earth's King May parliamentary practice that he ought to have followed within the Parliament, but yet still he choose not to. He choose to be biased and to sell out a matter of fact. So we'll talk about that. So yesterday, just moving on from that topic, because I look at the cover for this just now. We would have talked about this video that would have been circulating within the public domain with a union leader, communication workers union, where she would have talked about what would have taken place with the amount of monies that was spent on some retreat that would have taken place. And she would have said this. Now I'll come back and I remember last night I wasn't finding the video. She'd have come back, we'd have find it, and we're here to play it. So just a refresher. Let me play this video for you to see, and we will play the next side that she's talking about, the response that she's talking about.
Barry Padarata, come back to you. Where is your figure? Where is the fit for purpose report in TSTT or on TSTT? Is Keno Cox fit for purpose in TSTT? Where is the cyber incursion report that you wanted to mash up the PNM for? Where is the cyber incursion report when Stuart Young said he not taking a not so deep dive? And we vehemently call on the government to release the report. What you all said in the opposition, you're bad. Now you're sitting down in the seat and you're on mute. You're on mute. You're no different from Marvin Gonzalez. You're no different. And in TSTT, we are asking 3-day retreat. The company is refuting the invoices. They're saying it's inflated. So we are saying that taxpayers' money. We are saying, show us the evidence. Don't just threaten to sue the Guardian. Bring evidence. And bring the evidence of the alleged change invoice that we know you change. We know you change. So what we are saying today, we want transparency. We have this Communication Workers Union. We have no issues with board retreats, none whatsoever. As a matter of fact, they are essential for proper governance in any company. But wanton wastage in a time of financial constraints, we are calling on the company to have and exercise fiscal prudence in the face of austerity measures. So if the workers could tighten their belts, all you have to tighten all your own too. And we cannot pay, and we will not sit down.
So what we are going to do here is that we are going to play the next part of this video. You see it here first. None of them, every duty go talk about that. He go say, boy, it's okay to fire people. Look, it's okay to fire people. Watch what would have taken place. What the leader of the communication and yes, that is it. It's talking about.
Topic, eh? But I just wanted to reach out to the people who grinding hard, who pushing hard, and finding it real difficult to level up in life in this country and trying to be. When you see little hairy backs and little dipshits that shouldn't be where you are, they shouldn't even be near you, getting further and further in life, and you catching your tail, have some respect for yourself and your struggle, and know that at the end of the day, you're doing what you could, and there is going to come a point when this government, this UNC coalition of interest will break.
Now, in this time of crisis, and I ought to train us to make us believe that we ain't worth nothing. So you go hear men like Heavy Duty talking one set of bag of rubbish and talk about a thin salary. One set of rubbish. And at the end of the day, the same poor people, the government doing what they want. The government doing what they want all here. All outside, the government doing what they want. And men like Heavy Duty are nothing to say but the bad talk. The CPEP program. The bad talk and make you feel less than anything else. But Trinidad and Tobago, the public, we must take records of these things. We must take records of the people that telling us to feel bad when the government fires us. If we complain, feel bad. And we see Barry Padarat, all of them on stage, liking themselves. And we must feel bad, Heavy Duty. Scumbag. Yes, that is what I want to tell you. Feel bad.
Whilst I have this mic in front of me, not when David Welch have this mic in front of him, not when X and Stephon Rees and the Grung Report,
yes,
and all those who come in here, Kingsley and Sweetheart come in here every day to make sure that never happens. Never. Because we fighting against a 1% media who only painting Kamala to be a bad person. Every headline, everything she do wrong. Every headline on the newspaper.
So it's simple. It's simple for you to see. So I hope you see that, and I hope you understand Trinidad and Tobago that democracy means something in our country. If it wasn't for democracy, a lot of things is going on reign. Tyranny is going on reign. And men like them, heavy duty, that sell out, lick bottom Africa. Yeah, that boy is. No race intended. These men and them have lost their way. And we must turn off the TVs and the radios when we hear them. So with that I say all, and in the ending of this speech, Trinidad and Tobago, we must reach closer to the point that this government is no longer good for us. This style of governance is not what we want and what we would have expected. And we must call on the resignation of Kamla Prasad Bisesa. We must call on the resignation of Philip Edward Alexander. We must call on the resignation of Roger Alexander, Khadija Amin, Jolene John, Michelle Benjamin, Dave Tanku, Kiza Inesto, Clyde Elda, and all the rest of them. Because they are no longer serving in the best interest of the people. And we are coming for the OWTU next. So stay tuned, stay glued, and stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network. Yeah, we go play that video before we go. Let me play this video before we go. And let me show you who really benefited. Who really benefited from what is taking place in Trinidad. Yes. We had to play this clip. Yeah, we had to play this clip. Yeah, people, what they don't like the truth. When it hit them like a ton of bricks.
No, I so you know it is. I know it is bring it out real for everybody else. The UNC government closed down the CPEP to only hire them people, right? What's going on here? So we know we're there in this country here. Because look, they closed down the CPEP. We had all kind of mixed people. Now it's only East Indian alone getting work in Trinidad. You understand me? So they make it as a racial thing now. You understand? CPAP come back out of you, but it come back out under different administration. And not an African person get work under the administration that they have. And I've been real this morning, it is unfair. You understand that they're doing this. They close down the CPAP to only bring out them people. This is what's going on here right now. You understand? All on the highway. All on the highway, you're seeing them. You understand? And there's proud UNC. You understand? Or you're not nice. This is a high-class race card what you're playing here. You understand me? Not an African or you're higher, boy. You understand me? So it's only Indian living in Trinidad now. Yes, morning, love.
That is the same lady that they would have went in she house, break up everything and send she out. She would have exposed the UNC government and they get rid of she. Let me play she video here. You see Trinidad and Tobago, you have to understand.
I lost everything. because agency ain't do what they're supposed to do.
This is the ordeal that Zakia Ramsey faces following what she has described as an illegal eviction by the Housing Development Corporation. On Friday morning, Ramsey says she woke up to people who she says were attached to HDC at her Edinburgh 500 apartment, breaking and dismantling the property she had been given to live in since 2016. For Ramsey, her husband, and their 3 children, this was a complete shock, as she says they owed no money and were not squatting. The family were licensees of HDC, waiting for the agency to fulfill its promise to relocate them to another property.
We're supposed to be relocated with the money we already pay, allocated to the apartment that they owe the house that they're going to give us.
But beyond the eviction, Ramsey says the manner in which it was done was abusive, leaving the family to sleep in the rain.
No, I had to come and face this embarrassment because them and do the work right. And then we do the research, right, to find out what's going on with me here before they come and do me this. Because they come here with a mental to destroy. Well, they destroy me.
Representing the family, attorney at law Stephen Mawa says he will also be pursuing legal action for damages, including assault and the malicious destruction of property.
She's not looking for a handout. She's looking to be able to have a home that she pays for. And she's been denied the opportunity to do that for quite a long time by HDC. And now she's been denied a roof over her head.
CNC3 News reached out to Housing Minister David Lee, who says he has requested a report from HDC management to fully understand the situation. Angelo Jagdeo, CNC3 News.
Trinidad and Tobago. There are certain stories that I doesn't feel I could cover. And that was one of them. It brings sadness to my heart. Because I know that there are certain people behind that. I know that there are certain people want to get rid of other people. All for speaking out. All for bringing truth.
Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip.
Now, we would have seen Philip Alexander just a few days ago going through AGC, bring a thing here for a man. Or you really going and believe that paying out that woman wasn't politically motivated? That woman says she pay. That woman says she pay. And they know nothing. And we see this man here. And when Candace say this man is a nasty, stinking racist, or you have to understand, monkey know what tree to climb. Why he didn't go wrong the man? That we hear is a top dog in the area. Why he didn't go wrong? He like that. Now you send people to dismantle and break down the woman property. And then you want to take a backseat. Why? Tell the people it's you, Philip.
Alexander stated that each townhouse is designated with parking to accommodate 2 cars. However, he said Odinga Richards built over his designated parking area and added a swimming pool among other modifications which he described as illegal. Quoting from the lease agreement, Philip Alexander noted that homeowners are not permitted to alter their premises without written approval from HDC.
According to the deed that he signed, the lessee shall not make any alterations in the demised premises without the approval in writing of the lessor of the plans and specifications thereof, and shall make such alterations only in accordance with such plans and specifications thereof. The lessee shall at the lessee's own expense obtain all licenses, planning permissions and other things necessary for the lawful carrying out of such alterations.
Richards, speaking to TV6, admitted that he conducts business activities in front of his home but denied owning a formal business. He said there are no business signs, store or office operating from the property.
I do not have a business. I have a tent right at my class to shelter from the rain and sun. I have a container of temporary until I move around land after the So I do have a business. You see any business signs, you see any stores, you see any offices. That is our first application of mine. I cannot make it on my person. I do conduct this activity from my house sometimes, right? I have 3 businesses. Sometimes I respond to the packages of the company package. So sometimes it depends on how much. I do some days I say I have nothing, so I have cars, I buy cars,
So Philip move around and he get rid of people from certain places. What else Trinidad and Tobago? Nobody, everybody distancing themselves because it reads social media with the woman, the push she out, the break up all she things, throw it outside. You didn't see Philip there, but he was in front there, he was down Sando. And he in there? Man, no, you miss me with that, yes? Miss me with that. So you don't understand, or you're not putting one and one together. So your intention, Trinidad and Tobago, is to always remain fool or foolish. You ain't seeing that this man for weeks have been taunting and going after people within the AGC. And all of a sudden, you ain't see him on the front line where he was. Or so you feel politics is a game. Or you ain't seeing Trinidad and Tobago that they weaponize every ministry. They're going into people's files within the AGC. They went in the Ralph Gonzalez file. They could know how much house he is when he was the Prime Minister. And now, you see how much time Philip went after people. And all of a sudden, Philip Alexander not present there. Who you trying to fool, Philip? Who David Lee trying to fool? Who, when he say he calling for a file, who are they trying to fool, Trinidad and Tobago? All of a sudden, the minister that know everything that going on in AGC, that know how much money missing here and missing there, all of a sudden, no, I don't know. When you illegally evict the woman, all of a sudden you know Philip. All of a sudden David Lee know. This man make a video just a few days before and end up on the street a few moments after. Philip present. He present in all the videos. David Lee know everything about AGC. Trinidad and Tobago, or you see how low the UNC does take this thing? Or you see how low that they are willing to go to destroy members who don't feel is PNM? You see how low they go in? The people who don't speak out, and then you go and tell me the mic drop, the volume drop with Healing Francis is a technicality? Man, ass is this. Hey, wake up, boy. Trinidad, wake up. They are fighting us. They're not playing. They're going at your jugular. They're going at you to destabilize you. Just now, although I never deal in drugs, I never deal with guns. Never. But they will go at lengths to set you up, to put you behind bars, and in some case, end the lives of many of them. But just know it have a God. I hope you know that, Roger Alexander. I hope you know that, John Jeremy. I hope you know that, Kamla Prasad Bisesa. I hope you know that the entire UNC party, that it have a God. I hope you know that. And he don't sleep. My name is Wellington Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network. Thanks for watching and being a part of this program here tonight. I hope that many of you that are outside there, that are seeing the program, yes, I realize that, lover, on YouTube, I know they're blocking, but I nothing. I am doing the Lord's work, and the God will undo what they're trying to do. God is the boss at the end of the day. And with that Trinidad and Tobago, I am out. But that biased speaker that we have within the parliaments of our country, he too must know that there is a God. And anytime you advantage God's people, there will be a time that you'll pay for that. And with that, Trinidad and Tobago, I say it all. Over and out until tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Tobago, 2025. A new Speaker for Trinidad and Tobago's House of Representatives has been appointed, Jagdeo Singh. But who is Jagdeo Singh? Remember 1999? A 33-year-old Jagdeo Singh, then an attorney, faced grave corruption charges. He was accused of soliciting and receiving $40,000 to bribe a magistrate and a prosecutor, aiming to secure bail for his client. Caught in a police sting operation, he was arrested and granted bail, a solemn promise to the court. But instead of honoring that promise, Singh vanished. A warrant was issued for his arrest. He was considered on the run in New York, leaving a substantial $150,000 bail bond in jeopardy. This was not a legal strategy, it was a clear failure to uphold his obligations to the very justice system he operated within. Now, some will argue the Privy Council later quashed his corruption convictions in 2005. But let us be absolutely clear. The Privy Council did not erase the fact that Jagdeo Singh failed to appear in court. They did not erase the warrant issued for his arrest. They did not erase the perception that he chose to flee justice. The facts of his behavior remain. How can a man who once disregarded Trinidad and Tobago's courts now preside over its parliament, often called the highest court in the land? The very individual tasked with upholding parliamentary order, integrity and respect for legal process carries this indelible mark. This appointment, made by Kamla Prasad Bisesa, shows a profound lapse in judgment. Both the Parliament and the nation deserve a Speaker whose past unequivocally demonstrates unwavering respect for the rule of law, not a history of evasion. This is a matter of profound public confidence. Will Trinidad and Tobago accept this standard for their highest office?